Ready to Love Season 6, Episode 8. The Truth Shall Set You Free. I thought I was behind 3 episodes, but there was only 2 episodes on my DVR. You know, my DVR's been acting up with Ready to Love. But anyways, hey cousins, it is your favorite cousin in the whole wide world, cousin Janice. Okay, fine. I know I'm behind on Ready to Love, but there's so much stuff happening in the world that is so much more important than Ready to Love that I need to talk to you about, which is why I'm late. But hello, obviously, I've been busy doing videos and writing books for you. So that's why I am now doing it. I wanted to do the 3 episodes that I thought I missed altogether, but there were so many good things in episode 8 with the dates meeting the guys' dates, the guys' friends and truth tellers. I was like, girl, you gotta go back. You gotta go back. So actually, I watched this twice because I was like, no, 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 no. I need to take these notes and talk about these things because, over here's the learning channel and we're learning how to date. And dating is about what? Gathering data. I'm wearing my crown because it is October 1st. And do I need to tell you what the month of October is? It's a national holiday because it's my birthday. October 11 is my birthday. I will be 45 years old. I am so wonderfully blessed. And I am so excited. So I'm wearing my crown, even though I'm about to throw it out. Because it's one of them stuff you get there eventually. Anyways, girl, be sure to subscribe and thumbs up, share this out if you can. Be sure to watch my videos I did on the M.A. Udoko drama going on and Married at First Sight. I still have about 4 more segments to do on Married at First Sight, so be sure to check that out. My mentoring program, where's my mouse? My mentoring program, Janice Hylton, we were supposed to shutting it down October 1st, but here it is. I don't have enough people. I need 50 people to shut it down. I should have 50 people because with my YouTube membership and my Patreon combined, I have over 50 people. But hello, there is still like 20 people on Patreon. And I'm like, girl, come on over. And I'm waiting for my members on that had a membership on Janice Hylton on this channel to come on over. You guys have not come on over. I have turned the membership fee off, so you should not be getting charged. But that's why I wanted you to come over for September, honey. So be sure to check that out. And if you haven't joined yet, go ahead and join. The husband list, it's October. I'm aiming for October 15th. However, I don't know if it's going to happen because my editor still has not started to edit it yet, the book. So it might not happen for October 15th, but it's coming, okay? Because you know how it is. The editors, they have other people books they have to edit too. And once I start making a lot of money, I'll just have her on staff to edit my books only. So that's coming. All right. So this episode, the episode before this on Ready to Love, the girls brought the guys to meet their best friends. And so this week, well, on episode 7, the guys were supposed to have a truth teller meet their friends. And there was just so much going on in this episode. I was like, oh my God, that is so good. She didn't say that. Okay. So let's see. Oh, by the way, we're sending prayers up for Tommy. Tommy had some kind of cancer. I forgot what it's called. But we're praying for Tommy. Thank God he did the surgery and all is well in Jesus' name. So we need to keep him and his family in prayers. So Tommy says, introduce your strongest connection to a truth teller. Rara invited his ex, Brittany, who was there with him through highs and lows. So she was there with you through highs and lows, but you're his ex. She is very pretty, but beautiful girl. I was about to say beautiful chocolate girl, but they said that's offensive. Don't say that. Okay, beautiful girl. Loved her. She was absolutely beautiful. And I'm thinking, why did they break up? Rara, if she's been with you through highs and lows, isn't that somebody you need to be putting a ring on her finger? That's what I tell y'all, ladies. You be digging in the dungeon with them. As soon as they get healed, girl, they don't leave you. So Rara brought Jamila, Trinika, and Kayla. I didn't know he had a connection with Trinika. I was like, Trinika? Why are you bringing Trinika? But anyway. The girlfriend says the girls came and he was very nice. He greeted them. He pulled out the chairs for them. And listen to what the girlfriend says. Oh, he's pulling chairs out now. Now. This is what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you. You need to stop wasting time with men who are not what you want. He was a who? What man don't know to pull out a chair for the woman? Well, I guess a lot of them. Since she said, "Oh, he pulling down chairs now," because I'm like, if you didn't pull out my chair, I wouldn't be bothered with you. I would have been gone. But I don't date non-gentleman type men. I'll leave those for the pygmies because I'm not about to train a man. So then there was like growth. She said they shouldn't have dated. Listen to this. This is why I was like, oh, this is so good. I have to go back and talk about it. She said, Brittany says her and Rara should not have been dated. They should have just been friends and just been cool. She said he needs a little more than looks. Kayla voiceover says Jamila has this weird energy that she acts like Rara is something she can actually win. She has been acting like that, hasn't she? Right? Oh, by the way, for those of you who emailed me about the black outfit I had on yesterday, I'll get more information to you. I think I meant to take a full body picture, but I didn't. But I will. I'll put it back on and take a full body picture. And I will get that to you. I'll get the information to you, okay? So Kayla says, Jamila act like Rara is something that she can actually win. And I'm kind of 50-50 on that because I feel like women should be the man. Women should be the type of woman you are, that you're supposed to just be so wonderful and so great that you win him over. But that's only if you are what he wants, right? And then the other 50% of me is like, well, that can put you in the Pygmisha seat. And I'm like, we don't do Pygmishas over here. Okay. This is a Pygmisha free zone. Though we welcome you, girl, but shut your mouth. Don't say nothing. Listen and learn how to not be a Pygmisha. And so what they don't like about him is communication and don't want to put forth his expectations. So Jamila is like, listen, I'll tell you what I want, how I want it, and how hard I want you to give it to me. And he's not like that. That he's not putting out his expectation. But I think that's just men. Right? Men are analytical. They take their time. They watch. They pay attention. They are hunters. So they're not going to be like, ha, I'm here. They're just going to be looking around and wandering around and see what's going on and paying attention. Oh, she did this. And women are more like, oh, I'm going to verbalize and tell you everything I do. But ladies, we need to cut down on that. Okay, we talk too much. So after the ladies left, the vote was, listen to what Brittany said. Brittany says, Kayla is soft, cool, calm, and collected. I love that. She's feminine, right? She said, Trinika was being fake. I got that too. She wasn't being real. Okay. And then she said, Jamila seems genuine, but red flags when she asks, what are your goals? Jamila's goal was about Rara. It wasn't about her. Like, what are your goals in life? Her goals in life is to make Rara happy. And I'm like, girl, what? That is not supposed to be what is your own personal goal? And I think this is extremely important, ladies, for you to figure out before you get married, so you don't get married. And it's like everything is this man. You don't have a life. You don't want to do anything outside of him. You can't do anything. It's like your life revolves around this man. And I'm not saying your life should not revolve around your husband. But what I am saying is you need personal goals and you need to have a life outside of your husband. What do you like to do by yourself that does not include a man? So I totally agree with Brittany on that. And I feel like Jamila came off as pick me shit anyways. But let me know what y'all think about that. Okay. So then Mike friend Geronda. Where do y'all get these names from? Geronda is a family friend. They've known each other since they were kids. Kayla says they both uh feels, but he needs, it's like they're both waiting for them to say how they feel about each other. And so it's the same thing with Rara. I think the men watch and pay attention to see and trying to figure things out. And us, the woman's like, I want to know how you feel about me. Tell me you love me. Tell me you want me. And tell me you want to marry me. Where we need to just give them their space and their time to kind of figure things out. You know, it takes time, but the it's their minds are working. Brandy comes and Mike didn't even get up to pull out her chair. And I'm like, ew, get up and pull her chair out. Geronda asks Brandy what she sees in Mike, and she said he told her he wanted her and he was trying to snatch her up before anybody else does. Okay, that's good. But that's it? You want him because he wants you, Brandy? At almost 40 years old? That's it. You want him because he wants you. And I'm like, girl, at 40 years old, you should be able to say, I like A, B, and C about the man. Ladies, this is why you need to sign up for my husband list that is coming class very soon. It's not husband list, but that's what you know it as. I'm not going to say what the name is until the class is ready and the book is edited and I have it, okay? So you need to sign because you need to know what it is you like in a man. And when you meet the man, what you need to know about what you like about him. Okay. And so the Geronda asks about children, and Carol's like, well, I want children. And Brandy says before she met Mike, she didn't want a man with kids, but she met him and he's like, he's just so wonderful. And Kayla says she didn't want a man with kids. She wants to have a kid. She wants to have children, but not a lot. And Geronda was like, you know, in my head, she's thinking he already have three, right? So she said she had a bad experience with a co-parenting person. And so that has put a sour taste in her mouth, my words. Okay. But I'm like, Mike do not need to have any more kids. This is my feeling about Mike, Brandy, and Kayla. And I've said this before, and I'm going back and forth in my head. I really do believe that Kayla can do better than Mike. Mike has 3 kids. She can do better. But I like Brandy and Mike. I feel like Kayla can attract a high value man, but I feel like Brandy can't. And I just feel like Mike is the best Brandy's gonna do. Is gonna get. Does that make sense to any of you guys? Because I'm going back and forth in my head, and I'm like, I like Mike and Brandy, but I feel like Kayla could do better than Mike. Are any of you guys thinking that? Is it just me, or am I just in my head about the whole thing? And I'm like, I don't know. But I do feel Kayla can do better than Mike. Okay. Kayla voiceover, she did the thing and it's growing into more than lust. Okay, so it's lust. When y'all met up at the restaurant, you told him you gonna see him when the others left and you was looking at him at the party like you want to Kayla left and Mike said to the friend to the friend and Brandy that when Brandy walked up, he felt different. Like with Kayla, he was looking in her eyes, but with Brandy, he was he felt different. See, I like them together. The friend says around Brandy, Mike seems shy, and Mike says Brandy's been the same person, and I love that. I love when a man can say, "Oh, she's been consistent and she's been the same person." And the friend prefers Brandy. Mike says he's infatuated by Michaela, by Kayla. And I'm kind of 50-50 on that too, because I feel like a man needs to have that infatuation feeling towards his woman. But I don't need you to be overly infatuated where all you're looking at is how you're infatuated with me, but we don't really go together. You know what I mean? Like, I really feel like, yeah, I want you to be infatuated with me, but not to the point where that's it. Because eventually some of that stuff wears off. So you want, I call it the cake and the icing. That's the icing. But after you lick the icing off, is there cake? Okay. So Samson had his ex-girlfriend. Samson ex-girlfriend is pretty. Is she from Jamaica? Don't she sound kind of islandy to you guys? Absolutely beautiful. I don't want to say beautiful chocolate girl again, but absolutely beautiful. Love her outfit she had on. I did think she's a bit too old to be wearing that outfit, but it was cute. I just think if you're 40 years old, that's not something you should wear with your ass sticking out. Unless you're like on the beach or something. But that's just me. But it was cute. It was cute. I just was like, and she's pretty girl. Her name is Alabelle. Where do y'all get these names? This must be a down south thing because we don't name people. Alabelle, and then he said he invited her to come to town, and I'm like, Sansa, where she slept at? Sansa, did you put her up in a hotel? Is she in your bed? So she came to town to visit him. He says she looks great as usual. And he says she knows him from head to toe and what's in his heart. So why did you break up with her, Sansa? Why didn't you marry her? If she knows you from head to toe and knows what's in your heart, why aren't you married to Annabella? He said his strongest connections are Sharice, Luna, and Brandy. And I'm like, Luna? Like, baby, did I miss an episode or so? 'Cause some of these people, but you know what it is? Some of these dates we don't see. We don't see these connections. So when these people are saying we have a connection, I'm like, a connection? Brandon says she wants to know who he likes. And he doesn't give the tea on who, but we need to know. And here it is again. It goes back to men being analytical and not telling us everything. They're not going to pour everything out. They don't know you like that. It's going to take time for them to spill the beans. So, ladies, we just need to be patient and date other guys in the meantime. Annabelle asks, do you find him as a possible match? And Sharice said, well, I do. Okay, Looney in her voiceover says Sharice is going in and she's getting pick me vibes from her. And I was gonna do my hair like Looney before she said that, but because she was acting like a skank, I was like, I'm not gonna do my hair like that. What girl asked a question? You should be answering the question, but listen to how she answered the question. Listen to how Miss Looney talk about Sharice giving her pick me vibes. As again, she says, and then Sharice was like, I'm willing to fight for what I want. Looney says she's not gonna fight for love. I'm kind of 50-50 on that too. Because I think that if you are what he wants, you've already won half the battle. Okay. She say, I'm going to show him what I have to offer and all of this and all of this and all of this and all of this. And this is why she got sent home. Because she is the typical girl. She's being typical, ladies, talking about all of this and all of this and all of this and all of this. No, 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 no. The men need more than all of this and all of this and all of this. Okay, do you have things in common? Do you want the same things? And I'm like, girl, typical, skankish. Oh my lord. Brandy is getting on my nerves Because she says she has a strong connection, but she had an issue with Samson giving gifts to everybody, and it makes her feel like she's on the same level. And I'm like, you are on the same level. You are on the same level as every other woman. He's dating several women at one time. So you just want him to give you flowers and no one else? Girl, what? Samson voiceover said he was trying to make her realize that there are some affection here. Don't worry about what I'm doing with the other woman. Worry about what me and you is doing. And I'm like, go ahead, Dustin Samson, go ahead. Because I'm like, why is she so concerned about what's going on? Focus on you and what y'all have. He bring you flowers. Thank God you got flowers. So then the friends left, and she said he needs. Oh no! Before that, the friend said that Samson needs to be in a safe space to open up. Sounds like a mama to me. Then they did the group hug, and he kissed Sharice on the lips. Did y'all see that? He kissed her on the lips. The vote. She said Sharice with her calmness. She needs that balance. That's when when she said calmness, I was like, oh, she sounds a little Jamaican-ish. Sharice with her calmness, and he was like, he needs the balance. Dusty Justice is gonna say it was justice. I'm sorry, Samson. If I said Justice, Samson is gonna say it was bold of her to say that she wanted him. You know, that she will fight for him. See, I'm strong. I just cannot. Annabelle says she put herself out there, and Samson said he needs that. He needs a woman to put himself out there. But he told us, did he not? Did he not tell us that he don't pursue women? Where's the picture? Do I still have it up here? Oh, here it is. I have it. Where's the other picture? Is this the one? He says, I would never pursue a woman that does not want to pursue me first. Dusty! He said it, right? He says, I would never pursue a woman that doesn't want to pursue me first, but I do not want the Barbie doll. I prefer braids over Botox. That was cute. Excuse me. So Annabelle sees no connection with Brandy. I don't see no connection with Brandy too. I just feel like Brandy is more Mike type of girl. Get mad if you want to. There are just some women who go better with some guy. Like I wouldn't go well with Mike. I would go well with someone who's like Samson type, but not Samson. You see what I mean? I go very well with the brain dudes over the mics. Do you understand? So I agree with Annabelle that I didn't see no connection. Oh Lord, it's 9:10. 9:15. I don't see no connection with Brandy. And she said Looney wants a man to step up and say, I want you, don't look anywhere else. And that is so typical of men and women, which is why you need to sign up for my dating lesson, my husband list, and I'm going to be doing another course on how to date. I get a lot of emails about doing a course on how to date because, ladies, you need to understand he's trying to figure out if you are the one. See, as women, we go in not knowing nothing about the man, and we say, he's it. But men ask the question, is she the one? Okay? Is she the one? And we need to start asking, is he the one? The problem is we're so desperate, we'll take anything with a D. As long as he got a D, it's good enough. Mm-hmm. Sansa says he has thinking to do and some boxes he needs to check off. Swayze meets with his friend Ish. As his truth teller, he called the girls chicks. Is that a Florida thing? Katie and Ish as her Katie and I'm sorry, Ish asked Katie, so tell me a little about yourself. Guess what she said? Like what? I had to wait. I had to stop and rewind because I'm like, girl, that is quite, that's like one plus one is two. You don't have that question. And tell me something about yourself. Never. Oh, well, I have 6 degrees and 6 cars. Don't do that. You need, ladies, have this question in your mind and ready to answer. When a man asks you or somebody say, tell me something about yourself, you need to tell them something. Oh, I love to paint, or oh, I just read this book, not Janice Hylton dating books. Don't tell them you're reading my books, girl, because they're gonna figure out the game. Okay. I just read for me right now. I'm relaxed. My my I am reading The Apostle Sister. It's right here. Let me get it. It is so good. You should read it. I am reading. So someone said, tell me something about yourself. Well, I just read The Apostle Sister by Angela Hunt. Bam! There's a conversation. Oh, what is that about? Oh, well, it's about the Apostle Paul. He had a sister, and she didn't want to get married, and blah, 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 blah. And look, you're talking about a book you just read. Okay? So bring up something that could lead you somewhere else. And then you can throw. So tell me something about yourself. Oh, well, I love to read too, and I'm reading this book, something like that. But don't be like, like what? Excuse me, girl. Just Katie, she's so ghetto. I just can't stand her. Mm, so she says, like what? He says, surprise, but she's like, I got 2 dogs. They're dating in real life, right? Katie and Sweezy. Mm-hmm. So LJ brought his friend Lauren to meet Trinica. They last dated the beginning of the year, and Trinica was shocked about that. And she was like, oh, that's real fresh. And I'm like, these girls act like the men were married. Like dating is about dating. Okay, he was dating her. I don't care if he was dating her last night. He's here with me. He's here with me now. Kaden says they have stuff to work through, that he doesn't communicate. He shuts down. He says, all come. Listen to what Swayze says. I was like, oh my God, this is so good, which is why I had to go back and watch the TikToks. He was like, we all come with differences, but can you deal with that difference? I was like, praise the Lord, pass the offering plate, shout, fall out in the spirit, because that is a word. Okay, ladies, we all come with differences. This is why dating is about data. You need to know the differences, and you need to know, can you deal with it? Shout! Hallelujah. Kadian asks about, Trinica asks LJ and Lauren, when was the last time they had sex? And she said about a month ago. And in Trinica's voiceover, she said a month ago was 2 days ago. I was like, well, oh well. He did her 2 days ago. He here with me now. Okay. And then he was all getting all flustered and stuff. So then Ish asks, we're back over to Ish and Swayze. Ish asks if Swayze had Katie and met friends. And she was like, well, he met my friend. He didn't go so well. Back over to Luna, asks how do they, before that, Luna showed up and she said, what did I miss, right? And Trinica was like, oh, they had sex last month. They're still having sex. So then Luna asks, how do they make the transition from sex to no sex? How you make the transition? Because they're still knocking boots. Trinika says LJ and his ex look like they're still in love. Here go Lauren. Well, I still love him. She said, I still love him. He's like, well, I'm trying to work on something else over here. I'm here for this process, okay? So Cadian is, I thought the Cadian and Swayze and Ish, the scenery was absolutely beautiful. At first, I was thinking that she's not gonna get no food, girl, but then they brought the food or snacks or whatever. So Cadian gets her to leave the guys, and she's right here, absolutely beautiful, look as natural as she can be, beautiful teeth, and through, with the exception of like what I this episode, this scene, she was very soft and kind and feminine and pretty and laid back, and I love that about her. But that's not really who she is. So then Ish says he can see a connection, but he said, I sense some awkwardness. I don't know if you guys had an argument before or anything. And Sources says she's cool, but just a little selfish. When she's talking to her, her eyes are all over the place. Ish says that's disrespectful, and for Swayze to take it day by day and not to jump to. So you know how we are, Black girls. We like to roll our eyes and make up our face, and depending who you're dating, you can't do that. You have to stop it. This is why for a lot of women of color who is making the transition from masculinity to femininity, it takes time. And it takes a lot of training, and it takes a lot of mind work, and it takes a lot of leg work, because you have to control everything. You have to control the way you speak and your eyes and the faces you make. We just have to be able to control it. You just have to know when to roll your eyes and not when to roll your eyes, okay? So I thought that was interesting, okay? So then Cadian meets with LJ, Charisse, and Mike, and this is a date that LJ set up, and he was trying to do something different. And Charisse, in her voice, says she's there to look past the issues with Cadian and Mike. Mike brings up how aggressive Cadian is. He said, you ask a question. Before I can answer the question, you ask another question. Then you answer the question you asked me before and the other one. So he's like, oh, you just too much, girl. And so Mike asked Charisse, what do you think about that? So Charisse says, yeah, she's very opinionated and she's aggressive. That's why I love Charisse. She tells the truth. She must be October baby like me. So then in Charisse's Cadian voice, she said, I don't know what is her issues with me. And she said her issues with me is annoying, and why would you sit there and say all those negative things about me? But my thing is, if you're manly, you're manly. I mean, there's no way to pretty up aggressiveness. And Mike's been complaining about Cadian attitude the whole season. So apparently she's not taking heed to what she's saying. So then, girl, they started going back and forth, and Charisse was like, she said she wanted to be friends, and Katie is like, I am not here to make no friendship, and she's here, I'm here to build up a connection. And then Charisse pull out the phone and say, at least we'll have each other. And Charisse was like, was your fake? And Katie said it was fake. I didn't mean what I didn't mean what I said. And then Charisse was like, you said the guys here, they're broke, they ain't got no money. And Charisse said Katie and called and asked her one day, do you want to go out with me and my sugar daddy? And I was like, sugar daddy? Why is she on a show trying to find love when she have a sugar daddy? So is Katie and sugar daddy funding her and Swayze in your relationship? Because they're going together now, girl. So, girl, I fell out. I was like, ooh, messy. messy. And then, girl, Cherise says Kadian is as ignorant as she looks. And I was just wild on Cherise. I don't care what y'all say. I love Cherise. I love her. Me and Cherise, we could be friends. I'm gonna call her. I'm like, hey, girl, do you want to hang out? Like, I could hang out with Cherise. I really could, okay? So then it's at the gentleman lounge, and the guys pretty much talk about what how the dates went. And Tommy says the guy looked frightened, and they talked about the dates and how the dates went. And then Tommy asks, who are you not connecting with? Sansa says he's not connecting with Jamila. Jamila ain't giving him nothing, and he ain't giving Jamila nothing. Mike still harping on Cherise and talked about how the date and how they went back. And LJ says Looney, and I'm like, Looney? When she was sick, he was the only one that was calling. When she came back, she was so happy. But I think he said he feel like they're more of a friends vibe. Mike also says Looney says she's jokes a lot and he cannot get past it. And I told you about that. Stop joking. Stop laughing. Everything is not a joke. And she laughs and jokes too much. You know what I mean? You need to know when to pivot, ladies. When to be with the cousins. Like, and then when you're on a date, you need to be serious and paying attention and smiling and not joke around. Rara says Looney too. Swayze says Kayla is and says she's a one-upper, and a one-upper is like the fire at the firehouse. When you tell a story, the other guy try to top what you say. So ladies, please stop competing with the man. When you go out on dates, do not compete. Let him tell his story, and then, oh, that was a wonderful story. He said, well, I work I'm the manager at McDonald's. You're going to be like, well, I'm the president of snacks and Coke. Don't do that. Let him celebrate that he's the manager at McDonald's. And you leave it at that, okay? She was like, she's a one-upper. I was like, a one-upper. Mike says, Trinika, they went cold. They went on a date and then they went cold. Sansa says Trinika, and she was like, difference with maturity level. And then I would have to think back, has she been immature this whole season? And I don't know what he's talking about, but I guess if he says so. Swayze also says Trinika, good girl and cool, but totally two different totally people. And then he says, Tommy says, we'll send one of the ladies home. And then he says, next week, I'm sending you guys out of town with the ladies. Then he says to Swayze to get some good drawers. Wear your clean drawers. And Swayze said, I don't wear drawers. And nephew Tommy's like, you don't wear no drawers? He was like, no, I wear drawers. Okay, whatever. I guess so. So then Mike meets with Trinika, and here she goes. She's pissed, acting ghetto and hood. And I was very shocked because I've never seen her act this way. She was always nice this whole season. But you know what they say? Pressure will show you who a person is. She's pissed off because she knew the man, and she's pissed and told Mike to just go ahead and just tell him, Mike said, can I get a smile? She was like, no, you can't get no smile. I can fake a smile, but you're not going to fake no smile. And I'm like, girl, get a hood. Goodbye. Okay, Looney meets with Samson, and he brought flowers. The flowers were yellow. Yellow is for joy, he says. And he said, the first time I met you, what were you doing? And she was like smiling. And it was a very nice mood. I really liked the mood between Samson and Looney, and I would have loved to have seen her being who she was on the date with Samson throughout of the season. Mike says the guys meet up, and Trinika went off again. And I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus, here she go. Sansa says Looney is not ready to love, and she was so nice about it. Like, I was like, oh, wow, that was so nice. And, you know, she took it like a grown woman. And she was really mature about it. And Ghetto Fabulous Trinika is ready to love and jumped up and she she jumped up on Big Mike like that. Just like that. up like that. Oh my god, that was fun. So then he was putting her down, her dress was coming down. He was like, I got you. And he turned away from the camera so she could and pull her little short. I thought that was cute. That was cute. Mike, I like Mike. I wouldn't go out with him, but he's a good friend to have around. And so the previews for next week, girl. The next episode is apparently Rara was getting his scrotum tickled. I said, not tickling the scrotum. But anyways, I'm gonna try to watch sometime this weekend. I'll let you know what I think. I love you. Thank you for your love. Tell me what you thought about the episode. It was a lot of great lessons, and I hope I caught all the lessons. Remember to show me love. My books, reviews. I love and appreciate you. Remember to sign up for my mentoring program. I need 50. I need to check the number. I know I'm not at 50. I may be close to 50, but I'm not at 50. I absolutely love you and adore you, babes. Talk to you later. Bye.